How are you doing today? So in this tutorial, in this series of tutorials actually, we are going to learn some very important strategies for reading. We are also going to do some exercises after some time to give you some real life practice. So first of all, let us look at some key strategies before we go for an exercise. First thing to remember about doing your reading test is that the topic would be a little alien to you. So it is very important that you get interested in the topic. Even if you are not interested in politics or nuclear science, or if you do not like, let's say, sociology or animals, but if the passage is about these subjects, it makes sense to just get interested in that topic during the time you do the test, because if you are a little interested, you would find answers faster and you would be happy doing the test, and it does affect uh, uh, your ability to get the right answers also. So it is important that you get interested. Get the big picture, do STOP of the passage. When I see sometimes that the moment we start reading the passage, we start thinking in terms of understanding every word. You're not supposed to understand every word. You're supposed to understand the basic idea first. So in first 30 seconds, your purpose should be to get the big picture. And from that perspective, STOP works well. STOP stands for scope, tone, organization, and purpose. What is the scope of the passage? Is it making a comparison or is it giving some description? So that's the scope of it. What kind of tone is it using? Is it academic? Is it very friendly? Is it scientific? Is it very detail oriented? Is it very factual? So what kind of tone is used? So you are not really focused on the message, but what is the scope? What is the tone? What is the organization? What is the purpose of every paragraph? So the first line of every paragraph is important. You can focus on that. So how is the whole passage organized? What is the purpose of the first paragraph, the last paragraph, and the body paragraphs? So that is organization. See, the story changes. If you compare it with a movie, there is a beginning, there is an end, and in the between the beginning and the end, there are small events here and there. Similarly, in a passage also, you'll find a beginning and an end, and then there is some kind of story inside. It makes sense to read the beginning and the end at the beginning. I mean, when you start doing the reading test, sometimes people simply read the first paragraph and the last paragraph quickly to get the idea, because you know how the story would proceed, and that will gives you a chance to understand the passage a little quickly. So that's organization. Organization is basically paragraphing, how the whole passage is arranged in different paragraphs. What is the purpose of each paragraph? And the last is purpose, like what exactly is one message this writer is trying to do? Is he trying to say that we should save the environment? Is he trying to define some scientific phenomena and give some examples of it? So, what is the purpose? Scope, tone, organization, and purpose. These four things are super important when you start doing reading comprehension. Then the next thing is check the type of questions and decide upon the strategy to answer. Yeah, so your strategy to read the passage should be according to the type of questions you get. If the questions are like the purpose question or organization question, you should read the passage like that. If the question is related to just one word, you can read that word and answer it quickly. So some questions can be answered really fast. Some questions need a little analysis, and you should choose your battles. Choose the words. We will discuss that point a little later. The next point is related to skimming, scanning, and searching. Skimming is quick reading. In order to get the big picture, you should do skimming. In order to get a certain word, you can do scanning. So scanning is looking for a word. Just read a word and you are just scanning and going to that particular line where that word is there. And then searching for the right answer. So you might read 2 3 lines to answer it. So a combination of these 3 steps, skimming, scanning, and searching, can help you a great deal to get the right answer. Sometimes there are difficult words. So skip them until unless the word becomes a limiting factor to get the related information. You don't have to bother about some difficult words used here and there. You can always skip them while reading or replace them with some of your own words. We'll see these techniques when we apply them in some real life tests. And the last point is choose your battles. It is not necessary to do the questions in the sequence they appear. You can always choose which question do you want to do first, which question do you want to go do next. So choose your battles. It is important that you do easy questions first and then you go about doing the difficult ones. All the very best to you. After this tutorial, I'm going to cover a practical example of a small passage and we'll do that passage together. Thank you.